Something is going terribly wrong at Liverpool Football Club. I don't normally do match reactions, and I'll not say this is a match reaction, but I just wanted to react on how horrible Liverpool have been these last weeks. So they have lost against Crystal Palace, Galatasaray in the Champions League, Chelsea a few weeks back, and now Manchester United. Giving Manchester United back-to-back wins is absolutely crazy work. Slot has a lot to figure out, and to be honest, given the signings they have made this season, they should do very well, and any manager would have questions arising over them after whatever the hell is happening with Liverpool these last weeks. Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Kerkez, Frimpong, all these names were supposed to make Liverpool the contenders for the treble, the quadruple. But it seems like Arsenal will probably have their day in the sun after all. I'm just kidding. It will be Manchester City who will win in the end. But coming back to Liverpool, in this game, they were pretty decent. I'll say they hit the woodwork so many times with Gatpo, but the finishing is just not there. The defending is absolutely horrible. The pressing is absolutely horrible. Konate and Van Dijk, they're washed. I don't know about Konate, he might be too busy thinking about Real Madrid, but Van Dijk is washed. Also, another person who's washed, unfortunately, is Mohamed Salah. He's done. He gave everything that last season. That was his final hurrah. Now, I think Saudi is calling, man. It's just not looking good for Mohamed Salah, and with so many players washed and so many players adjusting to the Premier League apparently, Liverpool have a pretty beatable team. I suppose the signs were already there. Southampton scored a goal against them. They were struggling against Bournemouth. Bournemouth is a pretty good team, but in the opening day, they should have lost. They should have lost against Arsenal. Okay, not lost, but at least drawn against Arsenal. They were saved by a freakish free kick by Dominic Soboslai. They were pretty shit against most of the teams they played this season, and this was a long time coming. So in terms of numbers, let's see how Liverpool did against Manchester United in this match. Okay, so they had 17 shots, 6 on target, possession 63%, 394 passes. They were pretty decent all around, but there's a lack of urgency. Honestly, I believe winning the Premier League last season, a lot of these players seem like they've run out of energy. Like Klopp, they have run out of gas. They seem to be just going around black. The drive is missing. At least for some of the older players, the Van Dijks, the Salahs, they've completed football. Most of them don't have that hunger. And the new players, they are just adapting to the Premier League or are regaining match fitness like Isak. Also, Hugo Ekitike, I don't know how I'm horrible at pronouncing his name, but he shouldn't have been bought by Liverpool if they were going to buy Isak, and now it just looks like such a confusing decision because he started the season so well, and him being on the bench is just so confusing. It's just weird, and the reason why he was bought was also weird. If they were going to buy Isak, they knew they were going to buy Isak, they should have never gone for Ekitike. That's a fact. And these are the confusing decisions which Liverpool have made in this season, which has just compounded on the misery. And I genuinely believe Liverpool have a pretty bad season coming up. I'll not say they'll be out of the Champions League or something like that, but it seems like they're going to lose to some bad teams and the fans will not like it. And especially the blame will go on Arne Slot. Last season, the team, most people agreed, was Klopp's team, which Slot took and adapted perfectly to his system. But now these are his players. Wirtz is his player, Isak is his player, and these players need to play for him and build a trust with him. The Klopp system worked amazingly, and most of the players Klopp bought were the ones who won the Premier League last season. The people who played under his system won the Premier League last season. This is a new crop of players. These players, most of them who are in the starting 11, not most of them, but a lot of major ones, are not Premier League champions. The striker is not a Premier League champion. The creative midfielder is not a Premier League champion. And that really makes it very interesting as to how Liverpool have approached this season. Obviously, they needed a squad refresh, but the decisions have been quite quirky since last season. Like last season, they didn't buy a single player except a person they sent on loan, the goalie, and Chiesa. Now, Chiesa has come good this season, so maybe we need to wait another year for Wirtz to come good. But see, he's 0-0-10 now, and the pressure is getting to him. And I believe unless he scores, the pressure is just going to keep on mounting, like it did with Højlund. And Wirtz is a very good player. He's a outstanding player, but I think so the price tag and the fact that they bought Isak after him have just made him a sideline player. And he is sidelined right now. He's on the bench, and it just seems a bit too grim. So I just wanted to make these remarks about Liverpool. Just so funny that they have been going through all this. What's next? They lose to Leeds. They lose to Sunderland. Oh, if they lost, the fact that Newcastle lost to them, I think so it must be hurting them, because Newcastle should have defeated them. And okay, by the way, Newcastle is doing shit themselves. They have 9 points, but at least Isak is doing shit, so they have that trophy with them. But yeah, I think so Liverpool really need a squad. They don't need a squad overhaul, but they need the squad to jam a bit. And I think so it will take time. It will take quite a decent time. So let's see. I think so the next few weeks are going to be critical in the sense that they probably want to get back to winning ways. And I think so they will try to move on further from that. But I think so Slot, he has a lot of goodwill amongst fans for winning the Premier League. But this is a major season to see whether he is the manager to get them to continued success. Let's see.